Casekoo makes a case that checks off quite a few boxes that I like to look for in a case. And actually, this is the first time I've seen this sort of incorporation that is actually pretty useful. One quick ad plug before we get into today's video. Check out MusicBed. It's my favorite spot to find the best music for your videos, whether it's for your personal YouTube channel, social media, or even professional work. It's free to open up an account, and the link is down below in the video description. Just as a disclaimer, this video is brought to you by Casekoo. So as I said, this case checks off quite a few boxes that I like to look for out of a case. And it incorporates a feature that I think is very, very practical. And this is called their MagicStand series. The MagicStand series incorporates a few things that I think are really cool. First of all, MagSafe. That's a huge thing to me. If you're not incorporating MagSafe into your cases at this point, you're totally missing out, and I think it's not even worth buying if you don't have MagSafe installed. And that even includes for Android devices. The next thing that it incorporates is obviously a stand. You can prop this up for video calls, watching movies, my YouTube videos, things like that. It's really cool. It's very practical. Almost every day here at the studio, I'm eating lunch over at my table and I want to watch a YouTube video or even TikTok or something like that. And if I don't have a kickstand onto the phone, and actually like this is the best way I've seen a kickstand incorporated. I don't like the traditional one. So this one, it just simply pries out and it's stiff enough to prop it vertically or even horizontally. So that's really cool to me that this kickstand is that practical and it just functions really well. The other product that I'd like to use before is Anker's ring, and it acts like as a ring, like pop socket kind of deal. But the thing is like you have to like take it off, then press the kickstand part open or the ring open and then put it back on. There's just no way to attach it with the MagSafe and then pry it open and then use it. So this is already all there, and it's got a little indentation that you can just use your fingernail and it props it open. Now, I will say that the Anker one, of course, you can adjust and twist around to where the ring is placed. This one is just attached. So, I mean, it just really depends, but you can see it's gonna still apply like that ring holder anyways. But that's another way that you can use this stand. The other thing too is like, if you wanted to actually attach this to a magnetic surface, I would be very careful on it. It's not that strong, but it has the ability to do it and you can have some fun with that. Part of the problem is not really even Casekoo's problem. It's just that the iPhone 14 Pro's camera modules are huge. So it's not a flat surface to it. So if it was completely flush, this magnet will probably work a lot better. I've got a trip coming up going up to New York. I'll be on a flight. And as you know, like those trays that are in front of you, if you don't have something to prop up your phone, it's gonna be rather difficult to enjoy any kind of videos that you might be watching on your screen. So this kickstand is gonna come in clutch during that trip. But just to kind of wrap up the whole magnet side of stuff is that you can use all the MagSafe accessories. And that's really crucial to me at this point. All my accessories, my car mount, my wallet, kickstand, like so many different things are MagSafe that I use on a regular basis. So it's super important, for me at least at this point of the game, to have MagSafe compatibility. The other thing I like about this case is that it's actually kind of a minimalistic approach. You've got a TPU rubber frame, so that's gonna be very protective. It's actually got military grade quality protection. What does military grade protection even mean when it comes to accessories these days? I guess we could just sum it up as it's protective, but it's minimal at the same time. It's not huge and bulky. It's gonna protect against some decent drops. I'm not gonna try that out. You'll have to take Casekoo's word for it. You're gonna get great protection with this case because it's completely covered around the edges. It's above the screen. It protects the camera module, even as big as it is. You got full access to all your ports, your speakers and things like that. The buttons feel nice and tactile, and that's a big thing in my opinion. Like if your buttons feel really hard to press or it's stiff, it's just not fun to use. And I just won't end up using the case. So I'm really glad that the buttons are tactile. It's just one of those kind of small things that I look for all the time when I'm reviewing a case. I really have no complaints about this case either. It's got a nice matte finish on the back, and usually with these kind of cases, sometimes you kind of get this grimy kind of look to it because of just the way the surface is made. But I've discovered so far that there's not been any like big fingerprint marks or anything like that. It actually has a non-slip grip design, a slip resistance and traction. It's got a smooth surface, but it's not slippery. And if all else fails, this thing has a lifetime warranty. This is the Casekoo MagicStand series, and I think it's worth checking out. I'll leave a link down below in the video description. Again, my favorite features, this kickstand, the MagSafe compatibility, and it's minimalistic. I think it checks off a ton of different boxes that I like to look out of a case.